Yo, what is up, boys? Guys, I'm gonna record a tournament game real quick. What can I say? This is losers bracket semifinals of my second tournament. I host one tournament every end of the season, guys. 4 channel points. So obviously, if you want to participate, guys, join the Discord. It's obviously absolutely free. You can win some channel points, which I'm not gonna get into what they are. And yeah, I'm watching Dart Gavin playing Cranker or Cranket. And as you can see, the first map is Oasis. The rules are it's random, everyone gets skipped, and then loser picks the next map. I'm gonna try and, you know, commentate, but it's more like I'm just gonna watch. I wouldn't call it commentary, but I'll try my best, right? And so basically, what do we have here? Well, we have Druid sub form. Very interesting to see, guys. What the hell? Druid sub form and Obin. Not a strat we see often at all whatsoever in ranked. It's definitely not, I would say, the top meta strat, but it's definitely a good one at the same time. If you know what you're doing, you will always be fine in this game, whatever you play. But whether you are in an advantage or disadvantage from round 1 or not, it's hard to say with this. Same thing on the other side, Cranker or Cranket always plays Cannon Viz, farm, sometimes village, this time with easily again. So I'm gonna assume it's Bomb Viz farm. And I actually lost to Cranker or Cranket in this tournament. It was close, but yeah, so she's always known for this strat. And again, same thing, it's a good strat, but it's definitely not meta or best. So I think I would say this is a very even like loadout, I would say. And definitely, as you can see, it doesn't matter too much, guys. If you play well, you will probably win. So let's look. So obviously we cannot see both sides, unfortunately. Cannot see both persons equal. Cannot really tell therefore who is ahead, except what I see from Lord Gavin's point of view. And so yeah, again, this is losers bracket semi-final, which means winner of this will play Smiley actually at the loser bracket final. Whoever wins that will play at the finals. I'll try and record all of them, guys, but it depends on when these people play these matches, because this tournament was initially on Saturday, but we couldn't finish, and so I just kind of let people finish it later, right? So this is today, just for reference, Monday night for me. Luckily I'm here to record this one. And so the tournament I really didn't record because obviously I was playing myself and didn't stream it either. And after I lost, it was only a couple more games, but near the end I was planning to create some footage, obviously, at least. And so let's see, what do we have here? Round 5 gets the 2-0-0 farm. Both sides have a 2-0-0. I'm gonna assume Cranker is ahead in farms because with the Wall of Fire you can greet a lot more, I think. Yeah, there's the second farm. Goes for the weird spot for the second one. And there's a second farm for Dart Gavin. Hope you guys can see my screen. Sometimes I move my mouse and it actually doesn't help, so I'm not gonna move my mouse. Greta Thunberg. Should name the name of the druid. And Prestige one, by the way. What the fuck? That's crazy. Has 30 Bloom bots, guys. That is crazy. I have to call that out as a professional commentator, obviously. And 77 tag bots, but no farmers. Oh, no, he does, but he put down a farmer, so I don't see how much. I mean, 30 Bloom bots is crazy. That is actually crazy. There's a purples, there's a hero power from Izili, and obviously now goes for the. So this is the route Cranker takes now, selling the Viz into the cannon. I guess it's for greeting purposes, not keeping the Viz. You'll have to get the Necromancer later anyway, but not as early as Takri's farm, right? Because the cannon is just so strong, especially on boost. They also have Totem, so they can greed. They usually just get a decamo Viz once necessary. There's some zebras against the druid, but it looks to be handling just fine. Sets up a 0-0-0 sub for potential rashes, I would say, on 11. Let's see what happens. Cranker usually doesn't rash too much, I think. Likes to play somewhat passive, so I'm not expecting too much here, but let's see. The Dart Gavin is ready. 650 eco on 11. 4k money saved up. Definitely prepared for the rash. Goes for a camo purple, which forces the hero power. But no, just goes for the shimmer straight. Not even hero powering that. Interesting. I think some people agreed that and just hero power first. And only then go for the shimmer. I think that's better, but obviously I don't know too much. There's some camo lads. Goes for the whole reactor. Reactor. Wow, I did not expect that. I was expecting a decamo sub and another sub next to it. Like a triple darts thing. Goes for the 13 bank. Good. And on 700 equals. Solid standard game so far. On the other side, later bank. Cranker likes later bank. There's the space terms. That definitely forces something. Goes for the Viz. So no Necromancer just yet. And so Crank goes for more eco usually and later bank. You will see that. Definitely does not trash the bank and then suddenly will stop eco. Interesting route, and it's okay. It's definitely okay. It's hard to say what's better, obviously, without doing math. But we'll see. We'll see. What's going on, by the way? So is that enough, guys? The druid and the reactor. The thing is, it's enough for the opponent to not worth to rush, right? It's not that it's enough. It can get overrun, and it's kind of regrow hell on this map, especially with the lightning on top of that. But they can always just boost, right? The first rush, and then second rush they just micro something up, and at that point, you didn't gain value if you rush that. I think this is enough. For the druid player to not get trashed. Sends a Moab with the boost, and that's a good sign because easily gets Moab damage on 18 guys. So 17 is incredibly weak against Moabs, and they need the Necromancer pre-buff basically. They just barely. Oh, that was greedy as shit because they went for the late Necro, so they had to totem boost. Totem boost both burned, but at the same time, I still think they are fine. There's nothing that can threaten, I think, here. They can always micro up on one Mauler if there's some reinforced Moabs. There's the uncamo or decamo on the sub, so they will go for the leak. Definitely going for the leak trade. There it is. So I guess that's for the super strong, right? For the late game. And taking those leaks. How many is this? I think 32? I'm not sure. There's a camo. Yeah, there was the camo purple to deny the second leak. Very well played by Krunker and well timed as well. I sometimes try, but I always time it incorrectly, and they just get the leaks in anyway. And also at the same time, you don't want to send too much, right? Because then it just costs you too much. So Crank managed to do that with one set. That's very, very good. And so far, who's winning? Really cannot tell, guys. Pretty much both sides are getting what they want to get. Very standard game. Will be decided later. And so as you can see, the farming on Crank's side. There's a bank, and there's a plant now. They still eco. They go for very, very high eco. I wish to see how much it is, but I'm gonna say at least 2,000, right? Because Lord Gavin has 1.6. Sends a BFB. Goes for 3 money, and it's a non-reinforced BFB. What does that force? Because I know the reinforced force is usually a Phoenix, but they just get a Mauler here instead. Easily passive. Wow, that just got destroyed. I don't think they hexed it. There is no way they hexed it, so that was just incredibly good for Cranker, I think. Although it's not expensive to send, right? 1.6k for a BFV is not that much. You still delay your opponent's banking, so overall I can definitely see why. And I'm not gonna say it's not good or anything. But Cranker, even though spends more money on that defense, they get to keep the defense, which will be needed anyway. Going for double wall of fire. What the hell is that, guys? I have no idea what that is. There's a reinforced ceramic into purples. That's an interesting one. Not seen that too often, but I guess that's very strong against that. There's a counter ceramic. So what does that force? Let's see. That looks rough. I cannot lie, guys. What? Oh my. Oh my. That was crazy, guys. I was not sure there. I was not sure there because obviously I don't play this strat, but the Art Gavin was kind of trusting it. That double ball of fire is enough. But the problem is, the Art Gavin sold the big bank and not the small one. I think he just had to react quick, and for that reason stole the big one. I don't think they wanted to do that, so I would say this is not looking too good. But at the same time, I'm not 100% sure, guys. This is how I see it. Maybe they had to sell the big bank, but even then it was a good force, I would say, from Krank. So they go for the bank again, as you can see. Which one do they buy? They check the cooldowns. Okay, it's 45k, this one. They go for the other one, right. And so get some tree money. Is this worthy to DDT? Probably not. They can first strike. They can always first strike. Other side has Prince of Darkness, pretty much defense everything. And Krank went for the RF, so that will be a ban on the central. Exactly. Goes for the cash out, sells the ban, goes for the B-Cent. Cannot really get trashed here. Obviously, if you send an infinite amount, you can, but they just boost and easily hacks Totem. You actually cannot. Never mind, you just cannot trash that. So which side is ahead? Again, very difficult to say, guys. Incredibly difficult to say. Goes for the 20k. Looking good. For Darth Gavin as well. So on 28, yeah, I was gonna say, you can force Superstorm. Oh, this has to be a Superstorm play. There's no way. I think it's true. They did not want the Superstorm. They tried to greed it, I think. But Krank sent enough. That was like a 20k rush. That was a Superstorm play, probably. But guys, it is very easy to say as a commentator, but very difficult to do as a player. Like, these people beat everyone in the tournament, including me. So by no means I'm judging them. My opinion is that Kranker sent a lot there. I think you need to Superstorm that, but it's difficult. Alright guys, here we are with the second game. Apparently Dorgamin chose Star because loser selects next map. And in the meantime, guys, I read some Discord messages and Dorgamin said he pretty much lost the game and he sold the Nomics instead of the IMF, exactly as I called. Yeah, that was obviously rough and huge money down the drain. But even after that, I felt like they are somewhat competitive there with their money. Maybe not. I don't know, obviously, because I don't know that matchup. But it wasn't looking super bad, I would say. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. And there's Dartler Ninja Farm. And again, Cannon Beast probably on the other side. By the way, guys, the music you can hear is coming from Dorgamin's side. All the sound is, he's sharing screens with me, so cannot control it. I could mute the screenshot, but I don't think that's good because we would not have the pop sounds and the in-game sounds. I think that adds a lot, actually. Trying to stall, I think, what was happening there, by the way. And so there's the greens, looking very normal so far. Prestige 3 on Kranker's Wizard, that's ridiculous. Prestige 2 on Dargavin's Dartling, that is crazy, guys. I don't know if you guys know, but getting Prestige 1 already is taking a lot of time on an attacking tower. Especially like a military tower like that. That is not meta for some time now. Prestige 2 is infinitely more rough than Prestige 1. So that is crazy. And Prestige 3, let's not even talk about that. I'm playing the game, guys, for 1.5 years. Yes, I don't grind it too much, but I kind of play like on average more than a couple games a day. I don't have Prestige 2. I only have it on farms, but on farms it's easy. On attacking towers, I barely have any Prestige ones. It's ridiculous. Anyway, all-out threading. Both sides going for the all-out thread income. No pinks. Okay, there's the pinks, but no space bloom before that. Pretty much some greens for pressure, I think we've seen, but that's it. I don't even remember if we saw that, actually. And there's a farm. Prestige 3 on both sides. Crazy. I look at Prestige as I look at skins in Counter-Strike, guys. It doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's still something you can flex, right? Like what, there's Insta-Bites. Goes for the Wall of Fire again, so I assume same route on each map. Wall of Fire into Cannon, and then sell the Wall of Fire into the Cannon on 8. Something like that. Krank is a tiny bit ahead on farm. Because the Wall of Fire is one of the cheapest one, right? To defend first 7 rounds, I would say. That and tech, and dart, crossbow, blade shooter, and then Wall of Fire. I would say Volofire is third. I don't know if there's anything else, but Volofire is very, very efficient. Second Dartling against the Blacks. Very standard so far, guys. And yeah, there's the farm advantage with that setup, but I genuinely believe this is a matchup where Kranker is in a disadvantage because of the loadout. Dartling Ninja farm is meta. Rematch, one of the best things you can do. Definitely, I think outlays Kranker. Obviously, it always depends on money. Like, if you can fill your screen with top bad wizards, you can defend, but you usually don't have that money. You just cannot have that money. The money you have usually is not enough against the money that people rush you with, or the rush that people can send to you. There's a boost, so no hero power. Opts for the boost instead. And I guess probably there is a reason for that. Probably it's risky to hero power and then final, like, end of the rush yellow sneak through or something. I don't know. It goes for the boost anyway. There's a re-yellow. Okay. Oh, they don't have hero power. Right, my bad, guys. They don't have hero power. They need to milk curse pad the second Dartling. Exactly. This is actually looking rough. I think they need a third Dartling ASAP. There's no way they don't do it. They just die. No, okay, they just barely get the hero power. Guys, that was way too late for the third Dartling. I think that was really obvious because you are getting rushed there. You have no hero power, you have no boost, and they boost at you. So that was really rough. Now they have boost though, so I think they are out of the danger zone. But Kranker did very well here because pretty much stopped Dartgavin getting the banana farm bottom path. I don't know, marketplace it is? Yes, marketplace. Deny that marketplace gets it late on round 11 instead of roughly round 8 to 9. So very good play, I would say. Costs a lot of yellows, but like I said, Kranker goes for the high eco anyway. Does not need a bank here. Goes for the high eco, and in this time managed to put a lot of pressure on the opponent as well. Goes for the insta shimmer. I think hero power. I don't understand why. Not just hero power the first set. But there could be a lot of things I don't understand, guys. Keep that in mind. So 14 HP on the Dartgavin. Still very winnable. Still very, very winnable. Goes for the 13 bank. Looking okay, actually. Looking absolutely okay. Has enough eco, I would say, for round 13. Roughly 700. Goes for some pressure, but didn't do too much. It forced a top path waste, so that's good. I think that's a very good force, actually. It was very cheap for him. Very well played. And interesting to see how they did it, right? Sent 2 sets of serums, I think spaced, or 1, and then layered on top of that. Not just hold space serum, just 2 sets, a couple rainbows, couple zebras and purples. Very, very good. Goes for the eco now. I think it's still looking good for the Dartgavin. If I had to put my money, I would put it on the Dartgavin here, just because of the loadout. The money is there. Round 13 bank is enough. Got the marketplace in the end. Did not die. So 14 HP or 150 at this point doesn't really matter, I think. But that was really rough there. That was incredibly rough there, by the way. That was very, very close. And so Crank already on all out ping almost. Goes back to yellows and then all out ping again. So roughly has to be around 1.5, 1.6 eco. We can tell by how much pings can they send. If it's all out pings, I'm gonna say it's roughly 1.6. You need like 1.7-ish to maintain, maybe 1.8. But because of the farm bananas, you don't need that much, right? You can have 1.6 and maintain it. Yeah, this is at least 1.6, and by the time we realize that it's already 1.8 probably. Good eco for Crank, but no bank. Again, no bank. I personally am leaning towards left side banking, what Dartgavin is doing, because that's what I'm doing, and that's what pretty much everyone does. That doesn't mean it's better, but it's good enough, right? Like, it looks to be good. That is what Kranker does is very unorthodox. It looks playable, but it's not. It hasn't convinced me yet. Let's just say that. I'm not saying it's worse. I just don't know, because it's only her who plays this, so cannot really tell just yet. Haven't played enough against Crank, so we'll see. But there's a bank. There's a bank now. Round 18. Still goes with the all-out ping. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, guys, because the Dartgavin's eco is 1.8. Crank's has to be at least 2.2. Like, they were roughly 400 eco ahead, right? I think at least, maybe even more. Would love to see that. But by the way, 1.8 eco for Dark Gavin is ridiculously good. What the hell? That is insane. I never get that. That is very, very, very good. Very, very well done. Goes for the IMF, makes sense. So let's see, do they go for the bank or do they go for the monkey wall street? A lot of people tell me in comments and on Discord as well that I should always go for monkey wall street first if I have Benjamin. But it's definitely not the case for everyone. Like, I see a lot of people going for the oh, there's a hero bubber. That's, I think that's scary, guys. That's scary. What the hell was that? Please click that. Okay, it's not that scary. It's not that fast. Those zebras. So I've seen people going for the bank, but this time it's gonna be monkey wall street. I can already tell. Yeah, goes for that for safety. There's a boost. There's a boost, and what? Uses band 10. Wow, very smart usage of band 10, guys. Otherwise, purples will cover a lot there. Will that be back for 24? Maybe I should use band 10 as well. This aggressively, I would say, but it's really defensive, right? But that was an expensive one from Crank. That was a lot of zebras and purples. But that eco is mighty high, guys. That eco is like what, 2.8 easily. I think 3k at this point. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We'll ask. You can ask Cranker after this game. That looks to be mighty high, but at the same time, there will be monkey wall street on the Organ inside. That is insane. On 22, guys. That's gonna pay out 10k right now. Actually 12 with Benjamin. I saw 11.8, and again on 24, and this round 23 is incredibly short, right? So we just get that money again. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Monkey Wall Street, every start of the round it pays out. As you can see, 11.8k there. So that was insane amounts of money out of nowhere. And so let's see, will there be any storms? There's the band 10 again, preemptively. So it did come back for 24, and there's. What the hell is that? I cannot see, guys, because of the stupid skin, or what the hell is that? But either way, that was still into band 10. Cranker, no. But still forced the laser cannon anyway. So I guess it was, that's all you can get. And also forced ninja ability. So you know what? It got the same value. And there's the Reserum. What will that be? Necromancer. I mean, Prince of Darkness. Okay. Just insta-buys it. Match was expecting it probably, and was just sitting on the money. Trying to get some value out of it. And let's see. Goes for the BRF. And the other side goes for the BRF as well. Probably again better on the central first for Crank. There's a totem, by the way, on the floor. That was probably against the Surams. Safety reasons, probably. There weren't enough graveyard, I guess. And goes for some marketplaces. Interesting. It's round 25. Round 25. Let's see. They already have a ninja ability and a bomb. I think they are fine against DDTs as is. That's probably enough, right? If it's many, I don't know, but I don't have enough experience here. But it's probably, yeah, it's probably enough. At least I think it at least defends 2, but maybe even 3 with the slow ability is quite strong. You can also ban 3 if needed at the end. Goes for the central markets, guys. It's a bottom path 4 tiers instead of B-cent, instead of middle bank. Okay, never mind, they sell it into B-cent. I see. They didn't loan into it. Now that's incredibly strange for me. Not utilizing the loan there and still having the IMF. So maybe it's not better to loan there. I always loan, but I'm not sure. I always feel like if you can loan and just repay it, it's obviously lots of money gained on the long run, but it is risky because you are in debt, you can get trashed. Like here, if it's Mega DDTs, it's probably Master Bomber time. You kind of need to somehow get 40k on hand, and with the loan and being in debt, it's difficult. So maybe that's the reason. And starts upgrading the ninjas. Makes sense. So no 5th tier bank, by the way, at all whatsoever on either side. Goes for more B-cents, I mean BRFs. Other side is looking fine as well. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like Cranker's eco is around 3k, right? And maybe even more. And similar farming, I would say. Quite similar farming. no market, what is that? Monkey Wall Street, but that's pretty much it. Looking very good. These 30 plus runs are quite long, except for round 30. So the Monkey Wall Street won't do as much as in these earlier runs. And they can do this. I always fail this, but you can do the 3 row of farms, as you can see. I never once done it in a game. I could practice it in labs, but I just don't care. But I should. Like this is what it takes to get to the late game, guys. And there's an initial BAD, I think, just to pretty much force up what you can. There's a Moab Alley. Probably will be a Bloon Crash as well as maybe an Archmage as well. That's what usually Crank goes for, but do you need all that? We'll see. Definitely needs a Bloon Crash, but I think that probably could be enough. If you spam the Moab Alley, I don't know. No, there's the Archmage. Archmage is already there, so you need both and the Bloon Crash probably. Okay. So that forced up a lot, but still Crank is sitting on a lot of farms and eco. And that destroyed all the eco for Dodgavin. But who wins this? Because again, I think Dodgavin wins this. I borderline would all out it. I would all out Cranker here. I don't know, it's difficult, I think. It's difficult to defend. Keep in mind, guys, they can get level 20 easily and micro the hacks. But yeah, there's a slow rushing now from Dodgavin. Cranker sometimes counter rushes in this case against me. Usually, what? No. What? How did that go through? Had the whole Bloon Crash. I did not see anything go through, but maybe I was just missing it. I was gonna say Cranker sometimes just re-rush all out. And I'm just not fast enough to defend, but not in this case. It's probably too early against the Dartle Ninja. It usually happens around 34, 35. Let me finish my thoughts. So what I wanted to say, guys, is as you can see, this is a high level game. Not too many early rushes, not too many choke rushes, some value rushes. You cannot really rush because it's not worth. You get to the late game, who plays the end game better, with more money, with better strats, who understands it more, the situation, what you need to do. Usually it looks like this, and it's difficult to get to this point on ranked games because someone always dies, someone always tries to rush, someone always chokes. And I am all three. I sometimes choke, I sometimes rush, I sometimes get there and I lose, sometimes get there and I win. But then my opponent, something always happens, right? But as you can see, a tournament game will look like this usually, hopefully, between higher level people. And so I'm not gonna cut the bit. I guess I can stroll through this. Third map, Cranker chose some Palace, loves that map, but I think her best map is Oasis. By the way, got lucky with the first map. Always goes for Oasis, loves Oasis. Pretty much best for this cannon based crap. Samples is good as well, obviously. Let's see what Dodgavin goes for. Goes for a Sentai. Incredibly crazy to me. Will this be... No. Really? Is that it? So I do play BT and AFE on this map. The sole reason for BTN, guys, is because I don't have BTN maxed. I need one more game to have it maxed in terms of XP. But after that, I don't know what to play here. But now this gives me at least an idea, right? So that's why it's just so beneficial to watch these top players. You can learn from so much. So many things, Sentai AFA is ridiculous. Let's see how this plays out. How much farms can they get? How much eco? Cannot wait to see this POV. That's the tank. Looks good. Probably will go leakless on this map, right? Looks good so far, yeah. Looks to be leakless. There's one leak, there's a couple, but doesn't matter to be fair. Going all out red. Both sides. No bullshit. There's a second wish for Crank. Is that necessary even against all out red? I don't know, guys. Why even get that? You can rush Wall of Fire, no? That is incredibly strange for me to see. There's the yellows now though. So maybe preparing for that could be the case. Could very well be the case. Or maybe Krang goes for the top path Viz instead of the Wall of Fire this time. We'll have to see. There's a farm for Darth Kevin. And by the way, guys, this is pretty much the first time I ever commentate. Besides my own games, right? I kind of commentate that as well, but it's not really commentating, it's just calling what I'm thinking and doing. Let me know what you think, how you like it. Do you want to see more tournament games? Obviously let me know. Give me advice on what I should change, what I should focus on when I talk. But I'm just kind of calling what I see. Trying to give you insights, but there are things I don't know, obviously. Trying to be cautious. Trying to be cautious with that. I also think, guys, the best commentary is always two people. One side who is the hype commentator, just knows how to get hype in and also just call what they see without bias, without insights. And the second one is the technical commentator. I think a lot of esports following this route. Technical commentator knows exactly what they're doing. It's not just a pro, it's probably a top pro or a retired top pro usually. I think that's the best way. But I think it's very important for the commentators to never like be negative about someone's play, in the sense that, like, you can say if it was a mistake or it wasn't the best play, but you should never, for example, root for someone. I think you should never you know, kind of like shit talk someone, let's just say that. I've seen that before and I never liked it. I think it's just not good. I think the best way is to just call what's on the screen, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to do here. And so there's the farming. So Darth Gammon is ahead in the farms. Makes sense because of the tank, right? Tank is just very, very good. You get it round one, then you're set pretty much. Except for blacks, but as you can see, it's very cheap to deal with blacks on a map where you can pierce through with the engineer. And because of that, it's ahead in farms, and Crank did go for the top path phase. Otherwise, yeah, I think they would have rushed the Wall of Fire. But they did go for the top path phase on this map. I guess it's better here. Maybe Wall of Fire doesn't work here. And goes for the cannon as well. That's the spot. Wow. Nice spot, actually. Decent explosion, I would say. Yeah, that covers a lot. Some purples seem to sneak through, but no, they do get hit at the very end when they try to exit by the cannon. Yeah, this is a very good cannon map, obviously. Incredibly strong cannon map. There's the Zebras against Darth Gavin. Let's see what they do. They go for the Sprockets. They go for the Sprockets and the turbo damage. Lots of Zebras. Lots of Zebras. That's very good eco for Crank. Crank again goes for the heavy eco, guys. There's the yellows already on 11, starting the yellow eco. That's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. But I don't think you can rush it too much. Like, their cannon is ridiculous here. Has totem, has boost. There's double whiz. Maybe space rams will be tried, but we'll see. There's not even a top crosspath on the cannon, guys. Only one. That's ridiculous, bro. No shimmer whatsoever. There's the space ram. 3 sets, I think, and then lots of rainbows this time. Let's see what Conquer does. Gets the cannon first and goes for the boost. Okay, and that just evaporates everything. Overall, that cost him 600. That's not that much. 650, I think, for that. And the boost, to be fair. So... and there's the round 14 back this time, guys. 14. That's scary. That's scary for the AFE, I would say. That can get rough. We'll see, but that can get rough. I think 13 is the latest. Otherwise, you will be late with the 50 bank, and you will get pressured out of it, I think. But we'll see. Crank did have to sell a farm for that, by the way, for that defense. I don't think they totem, right? They are on max HP, so that they definitely didn't totem. There's a shimmer, but no pre-buy Necromancer. Cranker used to pre-buy Necromancer for 16 because of the Suram rushes, I think, but not anymore. I played her quite a lot of times, guys, on my YouTube channel as well. There's some 1v1 videos as well. I remember one when I was still a Dark Glue player. I was so bad at the late game understanding at that point, I remember. I thought Dark Glue was the best, even in the late game. There's an immediate totem on 17. Yeah, always 17 Moab cannon Viz if they don't have Necro up, because they just deal 0 damage to that Moab. There it is. So we force a totem and 2.6k upgrade for 1k. It's okay. It's definitely okay. Definitely worth, I would say. And let's look at the eco. So eco game is 1.4 for Dargaven. That's decent. That's very good actually. And it's still climbing. Still goes for the pinks and the yellows. And Cranker does not eco, guys. Cranker does not eco at this point. Goes to the bank, I guess. Started saving up. I wish again to know how much eco do they have. Actually, let me check my Discord at the same time, guys. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Just to see if there are any messages. Cranker says, NVG, I want to see the recording on that. It's some bullshit. That's probably for the previous death. Yeah, I call that too. How did that go through, guys? Cranker definitely had enough defense there. And the Bloon crash as well. Ask, how did I die? Brika strolled, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. That's it. I think it's too late to ask Cranker what was her eco on the previous game, around 22, but I was gonna say 3k at least. Okay, let's look. So there's a mob on 20. Everything is very standard. Sentry Expert and 1 trap for Dart Gavin. No ace just yet. Quite passive from Cranker. 0 mob sends, 0 reinforced mob sends into the AFE. I think that's fine. I don't like to send it too much either. But when they send it to me, sometimes it's not that good for me. Like sometimes the timing is so good for my opponent, it actually messes me up a little bit. Not always though. Sometimes it just does nothing. So let's see. It's round 22 already. Cannot get it just yet. I think needs to wait for 23. It's gonna be late, guys. It's gonna be late. I don't think this will... I think Crank needs to punish this. Should already FB, I think, and then let Suram into it. I think not let, but Suram for sure. There's the bank, goes for it quick. There's that. Everything, yep, it's up. I don't know. Surams are here. Surams are actually here. There's only one foam, by the way. You can camo Suram this as well. Can you GZ this? Do you have the GZ money? There's a Surams. There's a fast Surams. I think that could be camo. What's going on? It just dies? Just dies. Yeah, I don't know. But you can sell the bank there to be fair on the plan. Maybe you have the GZ money. You can sell the trap and the Scientific Expert. Definitely had the GZ money, I would say. And then the 20k comes out. So maybe that was fine. But I think if Crank sends it earlier, it's even better. 23 bank is too late, I think, but I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. That was a GG again. I almost... I wanted to click the OK, guys, but I realized it's not my screen. I think that's it for this best of 3. It was best of 3. So next time, if I can record, guys, I will try and record Cranker versus Smiley. It should be the losers bracket finals. Whoever wins advances to the finals. Whoever loses will be 3rd place. And yeah, that's it for the vid, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. So first one on my channel, a tournament game that I commentate. And so, guys, again, if you want to play these tournaments, any skill level, literally, guys, you don't even have to be Hall of Masters. You can play. Just join the Discord. Feel free to register. Every month I will host one. Usually at the end of season. Hopefully a new balance patch doesn't screw us. But yeah, that's it for the vid, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. And yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, be back, I guess, tomorrow for the next episode. Will probably be a ranked one. We'll see when we get the other one recorded. And yeah, until then, thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. And as always, guys, take care of us day and bye.